Coming up on Chris 6 Sunrise, the stories that matter to you in your neighborhood. After weeks of canceled meetings, Taft City Council finally had a full house. We take a look at what leaders decided and who's stepping into a vacant council seat.
And city leaders are moving forward with a water supply agreement, but what do people have to say about it? We're getting reactions from neighbors next.
And you ask why homes are still being built during our current water crisis. I'll have the answer and show you why it may be simpler than you think. Chris 6 Sunrise starts now.
Well, hey, good Wednesday morning, everyone. You are watching Chris 6 Sunrise. Thank you for waking up with the Hoffmans today. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. Hey, some good news to start your day. It's a little warmer, but I don't want to steal the thunder from meteorologist Stephen Jones. He has a look at your forecast and the roadways this morning. Hey, good morning.
Well, good morning, you guys. You're absolutely right. We are a little bit warmer. Still a couple of communities out there where we are at the freezing mark or below it right now. But luckily, that warming trend is going to continue as we're going through these next few days and into the week ahead. Here's a current view from our SPID Skycam. You can see a few more morning commuters starting to head out this Wednesday morning, but luckily along SPID, still not tracking any of those slowdowns, just tracking those very chilly temperatures across the entire coastal bend. Sitting in the 30s for most of us, a couple 40s though as you work your way along the island. 44 degrees over at the Naval Air Station, and we're matching that in Port Aransas. But as we work north inland a little bit further, George West is below that freezing mark, coming in at 30 degrees. Mathis is down to about 33. San Diego coming in at 34 degrees. So we have that freeze warning in effect for some of our northern counties like Bee County and Live Oak County. Want to be mindful of that. Also Refugio County until 9 a.m. But through the rest of the day, that sunshine going to warm us up nicely into the 50s and 60s. Here's a look at some of those traffic conditions right now. Just good and green traffic flow across most of the coastal bend, including our major roadways here in Corpus Christi, even towards Flower Bluff. Not tracking any of those slowdowns right now, just the normal traffic flow towards the Naval Air Station. So just make sure to bundle up for this chilly Wednesday morning.
Stephen, thank you so much. So, believe it or not, for the first time this year, the Taft City Council met with all members present. After 3 meetings were actually canceled in December, that was due to lack of attendance. Council had a full agenda on Tuesday. Members appointed former council member Lucy Lopez to fill the vacant Ward 1 seat and approved Epenito Isasi as the city's new legal counsel. Council also voted to remove the current personnel manual. There will be a public hearing to adopt an updated version, though. The next Taft City Council meeting, that's set for Tuesday, February 10th.
City Council in Corpus Christi has approved a new 3-year water supply agreement with Nueces County Water Control and Improvement District Number 3. The move comes as concerns grow over rising salt levels in river water. City leaders say Corpus Christi is leaning more on groundwater wells to avoid water restrictions, but those wells come with higher salt levels that could impact downstream systems. As part of the deal, the city will reimburse the district about $1.7 million for new infrastructure, a cost some council members say is tied directly to those groundwater decisions.
This cost, this $1.7 million, is a direct reflection of the actions we're taking in order to have that water along the riverbank.
Also under the agreement, the city of Corpus Christi will lease up to 5 million gallons a day of water rights from WCID without water coming from Lake Corpus Christi. WCID says it could take about 9 months before that water is available.
Well, hey, city leaders have moved forward with a water supply agreement, but what do people have to say about it? Well, our very own neighborhood news reporter Stephanie Molina spoke to Chris Kular, who has lived in Robstown for 15 years and is a member of the Nueces Groundwater Conservation District Committee. He says that the community supports getting the relief from the high total dissolved solids, but he still has some concerns about the agreement.
What we oppose is the city's heavy-handedness and wanting to gain 5 million gallons of water rights because of what they have done to impact our water quality.
So the group NCWCID3 says that this agreement was their only choice to be able to provide water to their 30,000 serving customers and will continue their efforts to provide quality drinking water to their community.
Why are homes being built in neighborhoods like London or Corpus Christi's South Side when the coastal bend's in a severe drought? That's a question we received from a Chris 6 viewer, and we're going to make it make sense for you. The answer is pretty straightforward, actually. When you see active construction, it means developers already have valid approvals and permits in place. Keep in mind, water restrictions are meant to manage water use, and for now, the current rules don't revoke or suspend those permits, so construction can continue. To actually stop construction, the city would have to declare a water emergency and take specific emergency actions like limiting new water service connections. Taking a look at the rules right now, Stage 3 mainly limits outdoor water use like landscaping, pools, and other non-essential water activities. Now, another question you might be asking yourself, should we even be building more homes right now during our current water crisis? Well, that really depends on who you ask. From a developer's point of view, as long as water is available, it makes sense to keep building. Permits are in place, the land is ready, and rules allow it. But for future homeowners, there's some real considerations. Water use restrictions could impact your lawn or pool, rates or surcharges might go up, and in the future, stricter restriction or even livability and insurance concerns could come into play. So it's definitely something future buyers might want to keep in mind. Now, folks, we know this topic comes with a lot of weeds, but we can't cover everything in just one video. So if you still have questions, make sure you reach out to us and we'll work to get you answers.
Well, good Wednesday morning, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Stephen Jones. Taking a live look now from our USS Lexington cam, thanks to First Community Bank. There's the new Harbor Bridge in view. The Texas State Aquarium, of course, both nice and lit up, putting on a good show for our Wednesday morning, but need to bundle up either way. It is just 36 degrees out there, and those winds out of the north providing just a slight wind chill factor, feeling like below freezing here in Corpus Christi. And it was below freezing yesterday for that official temperature coming in. That was 27 degrees. Our record low, well, that was 22 degrees back in 1897. Weren't even close on the daytime highs. Of course, we came in at 54, short of that 84-degree record. We set that one back in 1972. Whenever we're looking at some of our Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network temperatures now, it is very chilly out there across the board. Flower Bluff coming in a little bit better over there at 46 degrees. 46 degrees there also at Laguna Shores Road. 34 is what we're reading up at Graham Road, so a very good variation in temperatures right now over in Flower Bluff. Up towards Beeville, very chilly, 29 degrees from our Beeville reporting station. 35 up on Hilltop Road. Either way across the board, very cold out there. And when we're waking up in Kingsville, also seeing those 30s on the board, looking like 39 degrees over in southwest Kingsville this morning as we're waking up for our Wednesday. Luckily though, sunshine going to warm us all up as we're going through these morning hours and into the afternoon. We're going to be chasing 60 degrees into the 60s, I should say, for those daytime highs as we go into the afternoon. One more chilly night in store, definitely into the 30s and 40s after that as we're going into tonight, but not expecting those freezing temperatures for any of us, luckily. Here's how it's shaping up on our future tracker. Really wall-to-wall sunshine as we're going through the morning hours, is going to warm us up, but it's also going to cool us off, getting to those freezing temperatures for some of our northern communities. Then it's going to warm us right on up into those 50s and 60s this afternoon, and even warmer temperatures on the way after this one more chilly night in store. We're going to be chasing those 70s for daytime highs as we're going into tomorrow. A little bit more cloud cover is going to work in, but it's only looking like those partly cloudy skies as we head into our Thursday tomorrow. Not expecting any rain as of right now. When we're looking at our upper level pattern, here's where we're tracking that next cold front. You can see the trough of low pressure really bearing down on the southern United States, getting ready to move up the east coast. That's going to send a good cold front our way, and that's shaping up on the 7-day forecast to put us in the 50s and 60s as we're heading into the weekend. Luckily, first a couple warm days in store, heading towards 70 degrees as we go into our Thursday. There's the cloud cover moving in by Friday with 50s for Saturday's daytime highs, about 52 degrees here in Corpus Christi. Then those temperatures are back on the warm up as we head into February next week already. I know 60 degrees by Sunday, into that 70 degree range by the time we're heading into Tuesday, and maybe even a few isolated showers along with it.
I'm Joe St. George on Capitol Hill. There's a chance of a partial government shutdown Friday night. So what agencies could be impacted, and what do Democrats want to avoid one? We go in depth next.
Hey, welcome back, folks. 6:12 this Wednesday morning, 6:13 now, actually. We're getting a live look from our studio Skycam, giving us a big view of our city. 37 degrees outside right now, too, a little warmer than yesterday. We'll check in with meteorologist Stephen Jones to see how the rest of the forecast is shaping up. But first, we have some national headlines to get to.
That's right. There is an increasing likelihood of another, at least partial, government shutdown starting up Friday night over demands by Democrats that the Department of Homeland Security, Border Patrol, and ICE change policies. And that is, of course, following this past weekend's shooting in Minnesota.
Now, folks, so we're asking what agencies could be shut down and why is immigration enforcement unlikely to be impacted? Our Joe St. George reports from Washington.
Funding for around 3/4 of the federal government expires Friday night. And while last week it looked like a partial government shutdown would be avoided, the controversial shooting in Minnesota involving an immigration officer has changed everything. So what government agencies are set to be impacted, and what do Democrats want in exchange for avoiding a partial shutdown? Snow may have shut down Washington for a part of this week, but political divisions in the Senate could shut down parts of the federal government this weekend. Government funding expires at 11:59 p.m. on Friday. Around 78% of the government would be shut down. The Department of Homeland Security, the Pentagon, Health and Human Services, the Labor Department, Housing and Urban Development, Transportation and Education would all be impacted. But the reason for this possible partial government shutdown is the Department of Homeland Security and demands by Senate Democrats to change immigration enforcement procedures in the wake of the death of Alex Preddy in Minnesota.
In the wake of ICE's abuses and the administration's recklessness, the Senate must not pass the DHS budget as currently written.
Some demands being made by Democrats include commitments for immigration agents to wear body cameras, follow standard warrant procedures, and limits on wearing masks. Democratic Senator John Fetterman going a step further in a post on X, writing to President Trump, "I make a direct appeal to immediately fire Secretary Kristi Noem, the Secretary of Homeland Security." But it's unclear if Senator John Thune, who leads the Republican majority, or President Donald Trump would be willing to negotiate a previously agreed to package. Any change would require the House to vote again, and representatives are not scheduled to be back in Washington until next week. The White House has said threatening to shut down the federal government over policy changes is not appropriate.
Policy discussions on immigration in Minnesota are happening, but that should not be at the expense of government funding for the American people.
If a partial government shutdown happens this weekend, it's unlikely to impact President Trump's deportation efforts. ICE agents are considered accepted federal employees and are expected to report to work. During last fall's shutdown, ICE agents were paid. Joe St. George, Scripps News Group, Washington.
Well, hey there and happy Wednesday, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Stephen Jones, giving you a live look now at our USS Lexington camp. Thanks to First Community Bank, clear skies are overhead. That's giving us some decent cooling out there. We're down to 36 degrees here in Corpus Christi. You take into account that wind out of the north at 6 miles an hour. We're feeling like below freezing as we're stepping out the door this morning. So definitely want to bundle up once again as we're heading out the door. And here's a look at how we shaped up over the past 10 hours. We were still at 50 degrees at 8 and 9 p.m. last night. Those temperatures started falling pretty quickly through the 40s, hitting 40 degrees by 2 a.m. And then we made our way continuously through those 30s, now sitting around 36 degrees. And as we work our way a little bit further north, we're sitting in some freezing temperatures there in Live Oak County. We have a freeze warning in effect through 9 a.m. this morning for Live Oak, Bee, and Refugio counties. Want to be mindful of that going into later portions of this morning. But luckily then those temperatures are going to warm up pretty quickly. Here's where we are at right now. 30 degrees in George West and feeling like that 30 degree mark. Feeling like 30 in San Diego, but we're just above freezing at 33 degrees. Mathis is going to match that at 33 degrees. Along the coast, we're seeing a couple of those 40s over at the Naval Air Station in Port Aransas, but then still seeing plenty of 30s as you work your way inland. Our southern communities, not expecting that freeze as we head into the morning hours, but areas towards Beeville and Mathis still want to be mindful, could be flirting with that freezing mark as we head through the next couple of hours here. Through the rest of the day, though, that clear sky overhead going to lead to plenty of sunshine and warming temperatures. We're going to get into 55 degrees by 11 a.m. already 61 as we head in towards 1 p.m. later this afternoon, chasing about 65, I think, for that daytime high here in Corpus Christi, potentially even 67 degrees further south towards Falfurrias. For our upper level pattern, though, here's where we're looking for the next couple of days. You see this core of the cold air, that trough of low pressure over towards the Great Lakes. That's going to send a good area of low pressure and that colder air into the southern United States, especially the deep south there. We're going to get a good cold front into Texas from it, though, and that's going to help maintain our below average temperatures as we're heading through the next 10 days. In terms of precipitation, though, not looking too great as of right now. We see some isolated chances with that cold front that works in here tomorrow evening, and then that next decent shot of rain is going to be working as we're going into that first week of February for Monday and Tuesday of next week. So not a ton of precipitation working in as of right now, just a couple of isolated shower chances on the board. You can keep the umbrella handy if you want. Doesn't look like we're going to see too much rainfall as of right now, but either way, pretty excited about the warming temperatures, chasing 70 degrees by tomorrow for that daytime high. That cold front works in and it's not looking too bad. Only the 50s and 60s, potentially a freeze for some of our northern viewing areas by Sunday morning, because I'm forecasting 33 degrees here in Corpus Christi, and then we warm up into the first week of February, chasing 70 degrees by Tuesday with a small rain chance with it.
So boats coming into this harbor could soon be greeted by a new beacon. Coming up on Sunrise, we're taking a look at where memorial statues and one memorial statue may be coming to Roberts Point Park. Welcome back, folks. A new statue honoring fallen mariners is set to welcome boaters over at the harbor of Roberts Point Park. That's in Port Aransas. The design for the memorial was approved by Port Aransas City Council on January 15th. It's expected to be a 10-foot bronze statue of the angelic figure praying, with dolphins surrounding it. Neighborhood News reporter Drew Bishop spoke with the mayor of Port Aransas, who says that the city will welcome applications from anyone who wants to honor a fallen mariner on the memorial.
There have been some more recent tragedies that have occurred that kind of really sparked some interest in building some kind of marine memorial statue to honor those who have lost their lives, whether it's from natural causes or an accident.
So the sculptor of the memorial is H.W. Buddy Tatum. That's the same person who sculpted the Selena statue you saw there. Mayor Moore says that the city aims to have the statue up by this summer.
Well, hey there, and happy Wednesday. Coastal Bend giving you a live look from our USS Lexington cam thanks to First Community Bank. There's the new Harbor Bridge and the aquarium both lit up and putting on a good show for our Wednesday morning, but traffic flowing nice and smooth there along the Harbor Bridge. That's the story for most of the Coastal Bend this morning. Not tracking any slowdowns, but we are tracking some very cold temperatures in the 30s and 40s. We're at that freezing mark in George West. They actually came up. They were sitting at 30 degrees. Now reporting 32 degrees. Either way, want to be protecting the 4Ps this morning. We have that freeze warning in effect for some of our northern communities, sitting in the 40s as you work your way along the coast. But the sunshine later this morning is going to warm us up quickly into those 50s, even chasing 60s for daytime highs as we're heading into this afternoon. Here's a look at those current conditions on the roadways. Plenty of good and green traffic flow. Let's zoom in on our major roadways here in Corpus Christi, Ocean Drive, SBID, and Saratoga. Take your pick, looking good and green, and over towards Flower Bluff, both Flower Bluff Drive and Waldron Road coming in the green. So if you're heading out the door, good and green traffic flow, but you definitely want to bundle up for some of those chilly temperatures.
Getting frustrated by higher and higher homeowners, renters, and auto insurance? Well, I'm going to show you some simple ways that you can bring those rates down.
Well, good Wednesday morning there, Coastal Bend, giving you a live look from our Snoopy Skycam thanks to Matthew CCAC. It is a clear night overhead and those temperatures are dropping right now. 37 degrees is what we're reading here in downtown Corpus Christi, closer to the 40s as you work your way closer to the coast. The causeway in view, of course, a couple morning commuters heading out, but we're in the store for a warmer afternoon as we're going to have plenty of sunshine, and that's going to make way for plenty of good sunrises and sunsets, and we have some good photos of that from our Coastal Bend weather watch. Watchers Group. Here's one of those from the view last night. This was over in Flower Bluff, specifically over by the Oso Bay turnaround there. Thank you to Cindy Cruz for this photo. This was the view of that sunset last night. A little bit of cloud cover there, just making for a gorgeous view with that sun reflecting off the water. Also, if you ever get any great shots like this, maybe just some good weather out there, go on, head over to that Coastal Bend Weather Watchers Group. Join it. We would love to see some of those photos. As we go into this morning, though, it is very cold out there, and some of our counties are coming in at the freeze warning level. Live Oak, Bee, and Refugio County want to be mindful of those temperatures could get as low as freezing or even lower this morning, potentially as low as 28 degrees. As you work your way closer to the coast and for some of our southern neighborhoods, that's where we're not expecting that freeze to make its way into our neck of the woods this morning. Here's where our current temperatures are, sitting at 32 degrees on the money in George West, but feeling like 28. 34 is where we're at in Beeville, 33 in Mathis as well as San Diego this morning. And then a decent warm up along the coast, 44 at the Naval Air Station, going to match that 44 degrees in Port Aransas with 41 as you're waking up in Ingleside for our Wednesday. Here's our dog walking forecast today. We've got Domino and Chula on the board, enjoying a good dose of that sunshine, and we've got another good dose on the way as we're heading into our Wednesday. Here's how those temperatures are going to warm up for us. 40 degrees on the board by 8 a.m., 51 by 10 a.m., and already up towards 59 degrees as we're heading out for lunch later this afternoon. Wind-wise, it's not too bad. Still sitting out of the north about 5 to 10 miles an hour this morning. Going to be shifting out of the southeast as we head into later this evening towards about dinner time. Here's some of those forecast highs for our Wednesday. Going to be chasing 65 degrees here in Corpus Christi, 67 as you work your way a little bit further south towards Hebbronville and Falfurrias for our afternoon daytime high. And then a little bit cooler in Port Aransas, coming in at about 60 to 61 degrees. So not too bad. We're on the warm up from yesterday, and we're going to continue this trend into tomorrow. But here's where we're tracking that next colder push of cold air. By that Thursday into Friday time frame, you see this next trough of low pressure, that colder air really shown in by the blues there, working into the southern United States. That's where we see our next good cold front working into the Lone Star State and here in the Coastal Bend. That's going to make things nice and cool as we head into the weekend, but it's not looking like the same kind of Arctic blast for us here in Corpus Christi. We're not tracking any of that freezing precipitation with it, really only an isolated shower chance with it as of right now. Here's how it's shaping up on our current 7-day forecast. We're chasing 70 degrees for that daytime high by tomorrow with just a little bit more cloud cover working in. Mostly cloudy skies for our Friday, but also nice and cool back in the 50s. Potentially another freeze on the board, especially for our northern neighborhoods as we head into Sunday morning. Forecasting right now 33 degrees here in Corpus Christi. Don't think we'll quite get to that freezing level. Either way, a sunny and pleasant weekend in the 50s and 60s before some warmer temperatures make their way for that first week of February.
Sounds good, Stephen. Thank you so much. So nearly 2 years after arriving in Corpus Christi, a piece of military history has yet to take its place. Coming up on Sunrise, I'll show you what's behind the standstill at Sherrill Veterans Memorial Park.
This is Veterans in Focus, sponsored by the Heil Law Firm, battling for justice, winning for the community.
So we've been following the progress of Sherrill Veterans Memorial Park. As I told you last week, a part of the vision is coming together, but another key piece is still stuck on standby. So today we're answering the question many of you have been asking, what's going on with Phase 2? First of all, Phase 2 of Sherrill Veterans Memorial Park's master plan includes one of its most anticipated features, the submarine sail from the historic USS City of Corpus Christi. It's a project the local Sea Turtle Base Group has been working towards for more than a decade. Back in May of 2024, I was there when the 60-ton artifact finally arrived in Corpus Christi.
We witnessed history in the making. I'm here with Brian Hoffman.
The sail arrived in 4 massive truckloads and was expected to be refurbished at Bay Ltd. But from the beginning, there was one major piece still missing, a timeline. So I kept asking questions, following up, but most of what I learned was off the record until now, nearly 20 months after the sail's arrival. In an email, a member of the Sea Turtle Group tells me that the refurbishment process is still under review, and once it begins, it could take 6 months to complete. In addition, the group is still working with the city on contracts and waiting for quotes from multiple contractors. And then there's the funding. I'm told money has been an ongoing challenge, prompting the group to set up a website to collect donations and keep the project moving forward. And with plans, contracts, and funding in question, I want wanted to know what happens next.
If funding issues continue and if delays were to happen with the sale in particular, is there a way to move into phase 3 so that other parts of the project are completed?
I think that's definitely something we can look into. Obviously, we want to do it in these phases. There's a reason why the architect wants us to do it in these phases.
As I told you last week, phase 1 construction, which includes the area surrounding the Bell Huey helicopter, is expected to wrap up in February. Beyond that, there's still no clear timeline for when the remaining phases will move forward.
Funding is something we have to consider, as well as weather, construction, water, all these things kind of go into how we plan these things. But, we're working as fast as we can and expediting this process as fast as we can. That's what we're going to do.
Phase 3 of Sherrill Park's master plan includes a memorial and an amphitheater. But again, the city says starting phase 2 should come first. Now, if you would like to help make that happen, we've included information on how you can help support the project on our website, christv.com.
Well, hey there and happy Wednesday, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Stephen Jones, giving you a live look from our SPID Skycam, starting to see some just very small glimpses of that sunrise trying to raise up. Right now, sitting about 7:18 a.m. is when we should see Mr. Sun say hello. But either way, chilly out there this morning. 36 degrees on the board. Winds out of the north at 6 miles an hour, making it feel like below freezing out there. Definitely want to bring your jacket along, if not that winter coat still. Got a few more morning commuters heading out for our Wednesday morning already. As we're looking at some of those temperatures in your neighborhoods, most of us in the 30s, but we are holding on to a couple of 40s along the coast. 44 degrees in Port Aransas this morning, and then over at the Naval Air Station also sitting at 44 degrees, but a little bit further north, Beeville already flirting with that freezing mark, sitting at 33 right now. 34 as you're waking up in Alice, and then 36 for both Hebronville and Kingsville this morning. Here's a look at the 24-hour temperature change compared to yesterday. We're about 5 to 10 degrees warmer, in fact, than where we were yesterday. Those temperatures were very chilly in the 20s and 30s for all of us, with all of us coming in around freezing. But now as we're going into this morning, most of us not going to be seeing those freezing temperatures, just going to be seeing those very chilly temperatures in the 30s. Dew point wise, we're starting to see them rise just a little bit along the coast into the 40s as we're going into today. Going to start to see that southeasterly flow once again later this evening, and that's where the moisture levels will start to rise in our atmosphere. A little bit more cloud cover will start working in over these next couple of days, but luckily some warmer temperatures on the way by tomorrow, already chasing 70 for that daytime high. I'll have more on your latest precipitation chances and that 7-day forecast coming up.
Nearly 2 years after arriving in Corpus Christi, a piece of, actually we're talking about canceled meetings in the Taft City Council. They finally had a full house yesterday, and we'll take a look at what leaders decided and who's stepping into a vacant council seat.
And of course, those city leaders Michelle was mentioning moving forward with water supply agreements. But what do people have to say about it? We have reactions from neighbors next.
We first told you about Mary Carroll's high school demolition back in December of 2024. Now, not much of the old school is left. I'm Tony Jaramillo on the south side asking what's next.
Now, 20 minutes of non-stop news, sponsored by Ewald Kubota.
Hey folks, thank you so much for joining us for our 20 minutes of non-stop news with the Hoffmans. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. Folks, we have plenty of neighborhood news for you this morning. But first, let's check in with meteorologist Stephen Jones to see how the roadways are looking as people get ready to head to work. Hey, good morning.
Morning.
Well, good morning, you guys. You know, the roadway's looking pretty good for the most part, mostly good in green traffic, but we are tracking some very cold temperatures across the area this morning. Most of us luckily above that freezing level, but there is a couple of us that are right around freezing right now. Here's a live look from our SPID Skycam, and a gorgeous one at that. So we're sitting at 36 degrees, just a little bit of cloud cover in the distance, but starting to see that sunrise come up and traffic flowing nice and smooth there along SPID. Those temperatures getting towards that freezing mark as we work up to the north towards George West. 33 degrees as you're waking up in San Diego, right around that freezing mark, and then a decent warm up as you're waking up along the coast. 45 degrees in Port Aransas, 44 over at the Naval Air Station. Keep in mind we have that freeze warning in effect for Live Oak, Bee, and Refugio counties in the northern neighborhoods until about 9 a.m. this morning, but then we're going to warm up pretty nicely into the afternoon, chasing 65 degrees for that daytime high here in Corpus Christi under plenty of sunny skies across the entire area. Here's our current traffic flow across across our neck of the woods. Mostly green, especially along the Harbor Ridge and 361 there between Gregory and Ingleside. Here's a look at our major roadways in Corpus Christi. Just seeing that medium slowdown on Saratoga near Airline Road currently, and also just a very light slowdown on Saratoga as you near Crosstown Expressway. Other than that, our major roadways are nice and green. Over towards Flower Bluff, a minor slowdown on Flower Bluff Drive, although Waldron Road looking good and green this morning. Just want to make sure you're bundling up for some of those cold temperatures out there.
Alrighty, Stephen, thanks for the heads up. So folks, for the first time this year, the Taft City Council met with all members present. 3 meetings were canceled in December because members weren't showing up, and so council had a full agenda Tuesday. They appointed former council member Lucy Lopez to fill the vacant Ward 1 seat and approve Epimenio Isasi as the city's new legal counsel. Council also voted to remove the current personnel manual, and there will be public hearings to adopt an updated version. The next Taft City Council meeting is set for Tuesday, February 10th.
So back here in Corpus Christi, the suspect of Friday's officer-involved shooting has been charged with 4 counts of attempted capital murder and 1 count of murder. Ricardo Rojas was booked into the city detention center on Tuesday after being discharged from the hospital. Rojas is accused of shooting at CCPD officers who were attempting to detain him after responding to a shooting. 2 officers were struck by bullets and a third was injured by shrapnel. Senior Officer Alexandria Cano Castro is still in the hospital recovering. According to Police Chief Mike Markle, she was shot in the head and has a long road to recovery. A GoFundMe page has been set up for Officer Cano Castro. You can find that link on our website, christv.com.
City Council has approved a new 3-year water supply agreement with Nueces County Water Control and Improvement District Number 3. The move comes as concerns grow over rising salt levels in river water. City leaders say Corpus Christi is leaning more on groundwater wells to avoid water restrictions, but those wells come with higher salt levels that could impact downstream systems. As part of the deal, the city will reimburse the district about $1.7 million for new infrastructure, a cost some council members say is tied directly to those groundwater decisions.
This cost, this $1.7 million, is a direct reflection of the actions we're taking in order to have that water along the riverbank.
Also under the agreement, the City of Corpus Christi will lease up to 5 million gallons a day of water rights from WCID, with that water coming from Lake Corpus Christi. WCID says it could take about 9 months before that water is available.
I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Stephanie Molina, at the Corpus Christi City Hall. Water has been a hot topic for years in our community, and after Tuesday's water supply agreement, I wanted to know, how do people feel? That's Chris Cuellar's reaction to the City of Corpus Christi's agreement with Nueces County Water Control Improvement District 3 that will provide water to his city. Cuellar has lived in Robstown for 15 years and is a member of the Nueces Groundwater Conservation District Committee. He has concerns about the agreement, especially the City of Corpus Christi's handling of the deal. NCWCID 3 says this agreement was their only choice to be able to provide water to their 30,000 serving customers. Moving forward, District 3 says they will continue their efforts to provide quality drinking water to their community. And neighbors say they will continue to be worried about the City of Corpus Christi's involvement in this agreement.
I'm Tony Jaramillo, your neighborhood news reporter on the South Side. The months-long demolition of the old Mary Carroll High School is just about done. I spoke to neighbors and the district about what's next for this piece of real estate. At the end of 2024, city leaders voted to shut down the then vacant building, citing vandalism, theft, and financial burden. Now with demolition appearing to be done, I went out to ask nearby neighbors about it. That's where I met Gloria Garcia. Her 2 children went to the former high school. Garcia says she was sad to see it go, but after seeing it vacant for years, she was glad to see a change and hopes what's next benefits everyone.
Yeah, something for the kids, a nice big recreation center or a park.
In December of 2024, CCISD told me workshops would be held to discuss the future of the property, so I asked them for an update. They replied to me with a statement that says, "We will retain the land for possible future use. While the district will evaluate some properties for possible sale towards reducing our budget deficit, it is prudent to keep a number of properties to ensure long-term flexibility." As far as the Tiger mural, CCISD tells me they'll keep it here and preserve it. On the South Side, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Tony Jaramillo, Chris 6 News.
Well, hey there, and good Wednesday morning, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Stephen Jones, giving you a look now from our Snoopy Skycam. Thanks to Matthew CCAC, it is a gorgeous sunrise starting to shape up as we're heading into our Wednesday morning, but a very cold one at that either way. 44 degrees over here at Snoopy's Pier, 36 degrees as you work into downtown Corpus Christi, with even some of our northern neighborhoods coming in around that freezing mark up towards George West right now. But either way, it was also a beautiful sunset last night. Here's a look at that. This is over from Flower Bluff, specifically over by that Oso Bay turnaround. Thank you to Cindy Cruz for this look at the sunset last night. This is from the Coastal Bend Weather Watchers group. If you ever get any great shots like this, maybe of the sunrise this morning, go head over to that group, submit them. We would absolutely love to see some of those shots. And this was a great one as that cloud cover was clearing out, making way for some chilly temperatures. And we've got another freeze warning in effect today, but luckily not the entire Coastal Bend. Right now it is still focused on our northern neighborhoods, though, towards Three Rivers, Beeville, and Refugio. And as we work further south and towards the coast, that's where we don't see that freeze warning in effect. Not expecting those freezing temperatures for those communities. For our current temperatures, we're sitting at that freezing mark in George West currently, but feeling like 28 degrees out there. You're waking up to feels like temperatures in the upper 20s also in Beeville. Here in Corpus Christi, feeling like 31 degrees, feeling like 39 over by the Naval Air Station to kick off our Wednesday. Luckily, we're going to have plenty of sunshine later today. Here's a look at our dog walking forecast. We've got Domino and Chula today, enjoying plenty of sunshine, and like I said, we've got a good dose of it on the way as we head through our Wednesday. Those temperatures are going to climb towards the 45 degree mark by 9 a.m., 55 degrees already by 11 a.m., and then chasing those 60s as we head into 1 p.m. later this afternoon. Daytime highs aren't going to stop there, though, chasing about 65 degrees here in Corpus Christi, so feeling pretty nice, still jacket worthy, I'd say, as we're heading out this afternoon, even only chasing 67 degrees to the south in Falfurrias for that daytime high today. As we go through the later portions of this week, though, keeping my eyes on this cold weather off towards the Great Lakes. You could see this core of low pressure. That's going to send a little bit of cold air into the southern United States, especially by the weekend. It's going to send a good cold front our way, though, first as we head into Thursday night, tomorrow night, and into Friday morning. That's going to keep us cold as we're heading into the weekend, but not quite as much of an Arctic blast compared to what we saw just this past weekend. Here's how it's currently shaping up on our 7-day forecast. We're going to be on the warm up today and tomorrow, 65 today, 70 degrees potentially by tomorrow. Then that next cold front works in. That puts us back into the 50s as we're heading into the weekend, and luckily there's going to be plenty of sunshine with it. So I'd say go ahead and enjoy your weekend out there, but either way, prepare for another chilly Sunday morning in those lower 30s here in Corpus Christi before warmer temperatures make their return as we welcome in February next week.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
All right, to start off this list, the Federal Reserve will wrap up 2 days worth of meetings today and vote on whether or not to cut interest rates. The Central Bank's committee is largely expected to keep its key rate the same after federal reports show that inflation rose 2.8% back in November. The meeting comes the same month that Fed Chair Jerome Powell announced he's facing a criminal investigation by the Department of Justice.
The Senate Homeland Security Committee is set to hold a hearing today about the Palisades fire in California. The hearing will focus on state and federal preparedness, mitigation, and response to fires. The Palisades fire killed 12 people and destroyed roughly 17,000 homes and businesses last January. A 29-year-old man is facing federal charges for the fire.
And a man attacked Minneapolis Congresswoman Ilhan Omar over at the town hall on Tuesday night. Video shows him rushing the podium and spraying an unknown substance at her through a syringe. Seconds after, Omar had called for DHS Secretary Kristi Noem to resign and urged the abolishment of ICE. Her security did remove the man, and he was taken into police custody. It's unclear whether the substance actually hit Omar, though.
Salesforce has won a $5.5 billion contract to update the Army's technology and practices. The cloud software provider will make its technology available to the military, and the 10-year contract will allow the Pentagon to shorten procurement times from months to days. Buying modern commercial software is a top Pentagon priority for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, and the department has struck deals with other companies to supply AI agents to military personnel.
Yale University is helping ease the financial burden of attending its campus. Starting in 2027, the school is expanding its financial aid program and offering free tuition for undergraduates who come from families with an annual income of under $200,000. It will cover all expenses for those families making less than $100,000. Officials say with these changes, nearly half of all American households with kids under 17 years old could qualify for its total financial aid package.
The FDA says Keurig is recalling about 1,000 cartons of K-Cups. They're labeled McCafe Premium Roast Decaf Coffee, but the FDA says the pods might contain caffeine. The affected cartons contain 84 K-Cups and have a best by date of November 17th of this year.
Frustrated by higher and higher insurance rates? You know, you are not alone. One viewer just sent me this email saying, "Can you tell me what's the best way to shop your home and car insurance?" Well, I went looking for answers.
Jim Hilbert is a woodworking craftsman who can tell you anything about his home.
2,200 square foot.
But he can't tell you why his homeowner's insurance is up for a second year in a row.
It went up 25% and then 25%?
Yeah, so about 53%, I figured.
Chances are you're paying more too. Home and renter's insurance is up more than 8%, while car insurance is up nearly 3%. With help from Realtor.com's Joel Berner and NerdWallet's Kaz Wida, we rounded up 9 ways to save, starting with reducing coverage on older vehicles.
If it were to get totaled, you might not be in a position where it makes sense to repair it.
Wida says look at usage-based or pay-per-mile insurance and safe driving discounts. Look for discounts on your home policy, too.
Ranging from being in a STEM field to not smoking in your home.
A riskier way to lower your monthly costs is to ask for higher deductibles.
When you do file a claim, you'll have to pay more out of pocket, but your monthly premium will be a little bit lower.
Also, shopping around for quotes, bundling, and talking to an agent. Lastly, improving your credit score. A higher score indicates lower risk to insurers.
That might take some time and some persistence, but you should see a little bit of difference in your rate.
Hilbert says he asked his insurer to help, but didn't get far. So now he's ready to switch if he finds cheaper coverage.
Sometimes you can tweak it, but I was like, I gotta shop it.
You too may be able to craft a lower rate so you don't waste your money. John Mattery, Scripps News Group.
A quick programming note, folks. Later today, we'll be live streaming the installation of the Most Reverend Bishop Mario Albert Aviles as the new bishop for the Catholic Diocese of Corpus Christi. You can watch the installation live on Chris 6 Facebook, christv.com, and all of our streaming devices. The live stream begins this afternoon at 1:45.
All right, folks, on to what's trending now. After a lot of social media requests for its return, McDonald's is going vintage and bringing back the popular Changeables Happy Meal from the 80s. And customers can now get the Happy Meal that includes toys that are a lot like Transformers. And the toys look like menu items, but can be turned into other figures like dinosaurs or robots. The Changeable Happy Meal was first introduced in 1987. This time around, there's going to be 16 updated versions of Changeables to choose from. McDonald's says that this is only a limited time run, though. I remember Changeables. I had an aunt, right? She was a big Beanie Baby collector, but she also collected every single McDonald's Happy Meal toy item, too. She had like 5 of each, so.
I know the Beanie Babies. I've never heard of the Changeables. What about you?
See, I hadn't heard about the Changeables either, but that looked pretty cool, I have to say.
I feel old right now. I'm the oldest one here, folks. Oh.
You know, that's okay, though. That's okay. We're all feeling the cold weather out there, you know, or in the 30s. Some of us not even escaping the freezing temperatures this morning, so still very much winter-like out there. And we've got a couple more days of it, but luckily, as we go into next week, looks like we're definitely going to have some warmer temperatures on the way. Not any more freezing temperatures right now on our 7-day forecast, luckily. Here's a live view from our Snoopy's Pier sky cam, thanks to Matthews CCAC, sitting at 44 degrees here at Snoopy's Pier, 36 as you work your way into downtown Corpus Christi. Luckily, that sunrise starting to make its way known officially about 7:17 this morning. We'll see that sun come up, and then we're going to be quickly on the warm-up as we head into the rest of our Wednesday. First, looking at the past 10 hours, though, here's how we've dropped from 46 degrees at 10 p.m. last night through those upper 30s. 36 is where we're at right now as we're heading in towards that 7 a.m. hour. Here's where we are across the rest of the coastal bend. George West is at that freezing mark, about 32 32 degrees. 33 is where we're at in Mathis, 34 for Freer. And when you look at those feels like temperatures, they're in the 20s for a lot of us, but there is still luckily a couple 40s as you work your way along the coast, waking up to 45 degrees in Port Aransas this morning. And then here's how that sunshine's going to warm us up through the next few hours. 45 degrees already by 9 a.m., 55 by that 11 a.m. hour. Quickly into the 60s this afternoon. I'm forecasting 65 degrees for our daytime high here in Corpus Christi. And also those winds not too bad, about 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the north, shifting to the southeast as we go into this evening. Here's how it shapes up on our future tracker. Going to be pretty chilly as we're heading in towards that 7 to 8 a.m. hour here just shortly. And then we're going to be quickly warming up under that wall-to-wall sunshine. Here's those daytime highs chasing 67 degrees to the south in Falfurrias later today. Potentially only 60 over in Port Aransas, but either way, not too bad compared to where we started the week. And then another chilly night in store. We're going to be in the 30s and 40s once again tonight, of course, but more moisture is going to work in. We'll start to see a little bit of cloud cover as we work into tomorrow, and then take a look at these temperatures into the upper 60s in Port Aransas, forecasting potentially those lower 70s here into Corpus Christi. So we've got definitely a warm up on the way before that next cold front works in as we head into tomorrow evening. Our current 7-day forecast not showing any rain as of right now, at least not any very good rain chances out there. Plan those weekend plans because it's looking sunny and pleasant, nice and cool though, in the 50s and 60s for us here around the coastal bend. But then we're going to start to warm up as we're heading into early portions of next week. As we head into February already, by Sunday, 60 degrees on the board, 63 degrees on the board as we head into Monday of next week. And then finally, I'm going to be looking ahead to the end of the 7-day forecast. A little bit of rain back on the forecast, some isolated shower activity. No, not going to be everything we need, of course, in the bucket, but we'll take every drop we can get for right now.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm liking those 70s too. I always love like warm rain. I think there's a word for that though.
A shower.
No. Okay, there you go.
Those are pretty good, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, folks, I hope you guys have been able to stay warm, and make sure you check in on your neighbors. Like I've said before, we're all in this together, and it can get a bit chilly out there.
Oh, definitely. I mean, of course, this morning, still sitting with some freezing temperatures off to the north, so definitely want to stay warm, protect the 4Ps, and check in on our neighbors, of course.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Stephen. Thank you for tuning in, folks. We will be back with even more news from your neighborhood in both the noon broadcast. We don't see you then. 4, 5, 6. We got you covered all around in
And
every
online.
neighborhood. All right. We'll see you soon. Have a fantastic Wednesday.